Rosie's McFrozen Nuggets here, coming to you with another video, and tonight I'm actually going to be doing a bit Cars diecast reviews I haven't really done for a while, but actually it's not really more of a review, it's more of a sort of overview of all the mini races I actually currently have. Now, unfortunately, I haven't really gotten any since, like, late 2020 or early 2021, which was this 3-pack of Giant Coat Chick Cakes, Bling Bling McQueen, and the King. I haven't even gotten the regular Cars 1 McQueen, or even the newer World Grand Prix Lightning McQueen mini racers, or even any of the Cars 2 minis. But I do hope to possibly get my hands on some of those, especially considering the fact that now they're even delving into cars on the road. I mean, there are just so many that it's kind of hard to keep up at times now. Like, geez. But yeah, I'm just going to show a lot of the minis that I currently have. And I also have the 155 scale diecast right next to me to compare whenever it's applicable. So yeah, we'll start at the top row and then we'll go from there. I'm actually going to move my phone to, like, right here. So then it won't possibly end up focusing on the background or the other minis. So first up is the Thomasville Cruz Ramirez. This is the version that glows in the dark. I don't have the regular version. And also, too, Mattel has not really done a 155 scale version of this gal just yet. And this came out in late 2018. Same as the regular version. Terrain changes, dirt track tire. Now I see what's going on. It's focusing on the rug. I'm gonna get some white paper to kind of offset, to kind of make sure that it doesn't, to make sure that my phone focuses on the mini. There we go. See, there's that. And again, this gal does glow in the dark, and she actually still works after 5 years. Here is Luigi. Really, the only difference with him, or between him and the regular version, is that he doesn't have a black outline around these two back windows here. And his paint is also slightly darker compared to the original version. And then obviously, all glow-in-the-dark releases have this sort of white lining along the base, or around the base. Here is Danny Suarez. He and Cruz are definitely the most obvious because it's darker than usual. Man, why does my camera have such a hard time focusing on Danny Suarez's side? I mean, come on. What the hell? Alright, anyway. Something else I wanted to point out is that I actually paint his rims black, which is so it'll be more accurate to the movie. Actually, yeah, that's much better. So I can't exactly hold it close up, but from this distance, yeah, it works. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, here's the 155 scale version that I have. So you can see that it's actually accurate to the movie. Yeah, and I do also did that on the metallic version and the regular version. Here is the glow-in-the-dark Tim Treadless. What I know, the only difference with him is that his front is a little bit lighter compared to the regular version. Unfortunately, I don't have the regular version just yet. Hopefully I will soon. And just simply because this is currently the closest I have to the regular version, Here's the 155 scale diecast. And a lot of the cards that I'm showing are the made in China versions. I don't really have many made in Thailand versions of these guys. Yeah, I did paint on the rookie stripes for Tim, 155 scale version, just simply because it felt more realistic to me. And by the way, from what I know, the version without the window bars, I think is kind of rare these days. Again, I think. And towards the end, after I'm done showing all my minis, I'll actually show you the glow-in-the-dark feature on those guys. Here is Cruz Ramirez's Francis Beltline. I don't have a 155 scale version of her, but I do have the... I did paint the 20 on my regular Cruz. So it's kind of a clean version of this one, which is kind of cool. I might get another one of this. I might get another one of this version of Cruz, just simply so I'll have a regular version, and then kind of a clean version of Cruz's Francis Beltline. It's basically her appearance after Thunder Hollow, where she still has that number 20, but she's not all muddy. And speaking of regular Cruz, I'll just bring out that version really quick. Yeah, again, this one doesn't have number 20 because obviously she's not... This is before Thunder Hollow. I definitely really think Cruz Ramirez is definitely one of the best characters in the Cars franchise. Right up there with McQueen, Mater, Sally, Finn McMissile, Holly Shipwell, etc. Here's the first of the multiples of Lightning McQueen variations. Here's McQueen as Chester Whipplefilter. I actually got him, Cruz as Francis, and Mr. Drippy in a 3-pack that, for what I know, has actually become kind of rare nowadays. Here is the 155 scale version. There's actually two of them. The other one has rubber tires and has a slightly different expression, but I brought out this one because it's much more applicable because of the expression. Number 15. I still find it super weird that this is in the Cars 1 model, as opposed to the Cars 3 model that Mattel introduced for Cars 3, and still using to this day for other expanded universe lines, and then also obviously for Cars on the Road. Here's the muddy, quote-unquote, really what I call dirt track Lightning McQueen, based off the Cars 3 version. I actually show the clean version of the Cars 3 version really quick. I repainted number 95 below his headlight. Now, see, I will show this guy later when I actually get to the regular Cars 3 Remembrance McQueen. Again, I call this guy Remembrance because, again, it's a hybrid of his two main paint jobs from Cars 1 and Cars 2. And for the dirt detailing, I'll show the original Cars 1 dirt track McQueen, because they do look very similar in that regard. This guy definitely fits more with Willie's Butte than Thunder Hollow, in my opinion. And same with the dirt track version of the Radiator Springs McQueen. It came out in early 2022. And actually the colors are very similar for the bases. Yeah, this one, it's kind of, I think it's a little easier to see in person. Actually, it's really easy to see on the camera, but this one's the dirt detailing on this one, as far as the wheels and the base, are actually slightly darker than the ones on the mini here. So there is that one. Here is the quote-unquote muddy Miss Fritter. Unfortunately, I don't have any versions of Miss Fritter in the 155 scale line, which I honestly still really hate. Hopefully I can get my hands on her soon. Same thing with Dr. Damage and RV. If I could get any of the Demolition Derby contenders, I would get those three. Just simply to have them. There is her. Here is Dr. Damage. He's definitely really cool. Rambulance number 5. And then RV. He is definitely a good chunk of mini metal. Feels very heavy. And I love the fact that, a little hard to see, but I love the fact that he has a Monsters University decal on his spare tire back there. Love that little nod to Monsters University. That is awesome. Here's APB. I like how her wheels look when you spin them, since they're black and white. You can run. Floor. And for the last of the Demolition Derby contenders, here is, or minis, here is Mr. Drippy. But why now, he's actually kind of rare. Even after that re-release in that 10-pack that RC Cars 5 actually unboxed a while back. And now for the 3 XRS minis I have, here is Lightning McQueen. And these are all based off the drag racer versions of these guys. Unfortunately, and obviously as far as the drag race XRS line goes, I only have the variations of McQueen. So obviously I will at the very least show the comparison with the Mini and the 155 scale drag racer McQueen. Yeah, he just doesn't have the blown engine, the elevated, the newer spoiler, and the tailpipes. And of course the bigger wheels in the back. But even despite that, they actually got really, really close to the 155 scale version. Rusty's medicated bumper ointment. So there's the drag racer McQueen. And yes, as you can probably see, yes, I do have a splint because I have a fractured finger. So I don't know if I'm going to be doing many reviews, as I think this probably is going to have to heal for about a month, so. But I decided to do this just simply because I felt like it would be easy enough. Here's the XRS drag racer version of Cruz Ramirez. Definitely really like her. Dynaco 51. XRS. Come on, focus. There we go. And then here is Jackson Storm. It's a little hard to see on the camera, but he actually has purple rims, which is interesting. I will say though, I really hate the fact that Mattel really overproduced Jackson Storm, even after Cars 3 came out. And I do have 2 of this guy in here, just simply because Classic Mater. Similar to Danny, I actually did paint his back right rim in white, so it'd be a little more accurate to the movie. And then here is the made in Thailand version of Classic Mater. Actually has a lighter front. He actually has a lighter brown color in the front here, as opposed to the Mini. But then the Mini came out when, or before, Mattel made the switch for the 155 scale diecast to be made in Thailand again. That's right, the 155 scale diecast for Cars were actually first made in Thailand back in 2006 when the first Cars movie came out. Next one up is definitely one of my favorite minis, which is the Radiator Springs Lightning McQueen. One of the first minis I actually got that is based on Cars 1 and not Cars 3. Actually, for some unknown reason, Thailand has not done a 155 scale version of Radiator Springs McQueen. They've only tackled Cruisin' McQueen, which is, again, really interesting. And the expression is almost pretty. It's actually almost exactly like the 155 scale version. Mater's next to him, but obviously I'm gonna skip him since I already did the comparison on him. Here is Sally. She actually has the same sort of shade of blue that the original version of her has. But instead, because of the fact that she has the tattoo, here's the one from the 2017, late 2017, early 2018 Radiator Springs Classic line. Yeah, you can see this is the version from, this is the version that has the tattoo showing. And simply for laughs and giggles, here's the 2018 version of Sally. Mattel really needs to really stick to their guns and be a little more consistent with the versions of Sally that they release. Like, they literally switched back and forth between the original model and this model in late 2017, early 2018. I mean, like, come on. Mattel, make up your mind, will ya? Here is Doc Hudson. I really need to get the version of the Dirt Track Fabulous Hudson Hornet mini racer at some point. This is the 155 scale version. This is the version that is made in Vietnam. I got it from the Radiator Springs, or Welcome to Radiator Springs 5-pack. That was at Target. And I did paint the mouth, as well as the grill, and repainted the headlights to be a light gray instead of silver. White walls look good. And it's also weird that the 155 scale doesn't have the Hudson trunk handle or hatch and the little Hornet decal painting, but the Mini does. And same thing with the license plate. That's just so weird to me. Love that consistency there, Mattel. Here is Sheriff. And this diecast of Sheriff that I have is really old. This is actually from 2007. So you're actually seeing kind of a dinosaur of a car right there. They're not as much as, say, Dinoco McQueen, the Dinoco McQueen that RC Cars 5 still has in good condition from 2006. So there is Sheriff. Here's the regular version of Luigi. Yeah, you can see the difference that I was talking about. The black outline around his two back windows. Here's the 155 scale version. Oddly enough, the 155 scale version doesn't have those black outlines painted in. So at some point I might actually sort of modify that and add that in on the 155 scale. And they seriously need to do a a Guido mini racer. Here is Sarge. This is also a main Vietnam one, or diecast, from that same 4-pack that I got docked in. And they actually painted the tire on the mini race, but they haven't done it on the 155 scale version. They maybe should make a few changes, like you did with the Bug Mouth McQueen from Thailand, Mattel. So there's that. And I have like 4 different Ramones. Unfortunately, I only have one that I can do a direct comparison to. And that is the classic purple Ramone. Here's the 2018 version of the classic Ramone. Oh, I do also have a version that's made in Vietnam that's a little bit closer to this, but I just prefer this one for obvious reasons. You just gotta love the classic purple Ramone with the flames on the side and the hood. Here's the gold version of that Ramone. This guy looks really cool. Unfortunately, I didn't get my hands on any other of the gold minis. I really wanted to get that gold Chick Hicks because then I would have gotten the metallic rate regular or Cars 3 / Remembers McQueen. I would have gotten Fillmore, Brand New Mater, Dirt Track Hudson Hornet, I think, and a few others that I can't really remember right now. Here's a Ramon I really want to get the 155 scale version at some point. The Intro Ramon. Unfortunately, he's really rare. From the 2017-2018 Radiator Springs Classic line. Come on, focus. There we go. As far as I know, the only Ramon that has white wall tires, which is interesting. Here's another one I really want to get the 155 version of. Saludos Amigos Ramon. This is the paint job he had during the final scene of Cars 3, when McQueen and Cruz were racing at Willie's Butte. And the next three, I still need to get the 155 scale versions of Smokey, obviously Doc's crew chief back in the 1950s, River Scott, and Louise Nash. There's also a Heyday Junior and Hot Rod Junior Moon mini, but unfortunately I don't have either of them just yet. Next up is Dynaco Wrap Lightning McQueen. This was definitely very creative. He has kind of a gold lightning bolt with Dynaco decals towards the back. And for some reason he still has the Rusty's logo on the back, on the very back. Even though he has Dynaco decals. And he has the Rusty's logo on his hood. Again, kind of weird there. Here is Dynaco Wrap Sally. I actually will compare her to the original version. This was actually even slightly darker than the original version. Very interesting on that. Carrera logo. The tattoo still looking good. Here's the first of 3 variations of the King that I have. Here's the silver version. Man, those tires are huge. I really need to get the race damage version of the King, because that one's definitely very popular. Here's the silver Chick Hicks. Obviously, I mentioned the gold version that I wanted to get the mini that I wanted to get in the 15 pack I mentioned earlier, because then that will look good next to the silver version. Here is Natalie Certain. K01-31W, being for Kerry Washington, her voice actress, and her birthday. Here is metallic Danny Swervez. Really like how he looks, that's for sure. Actually, something that I find kind of funny is that this version actually has the metallic gold foil, like the 155 scale version, but the regular version doesn't have that. Just has flat yellow decals for that. So again, I just find that kind of funny. How this actually gets a little more accurate in terms of the gold foil, but the 155 scale version just has flat yellowish orange decals. And like I said before, I did paint the rims on this guy, so it matched the 155 scale. Here's metallic Tim Treadless. Really love this guy. That orange foil on him. Here is the metallic Intro Rusty's Lightning McQueen. Oddly enough, they have not done a regular version of this guy in the minis line just yet. And he spent And this guy is already 5 years old now. He was released in early 2018 in a 10-pack. That was apparently exclusive to Toys R Us. But unfortunately, for a while now, it actually became kind of rare. But fortunately, I found this guy. Or, I found that 10-pack at the Burlington Coat Factory I used to work at before the pandemic really screwed everyone's lives up. And here's the 155 scale version of the regular Intro Rusty's McQueen. Oddly enough, there's actually a 155 scale version of the metallic version, but that was super hard to get because it was a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive 3-pack. And I think I also mentioned this in my original review of the metallic Intro Rusty's McQueen. He actually does have the number 95 below his right headlight, but in the movie, he actually doesn't have that there. Again, kind of weird, but it's Mattel. What do you exactly expect? Here is metallic Cal Weathers. I do have a die cast of this guy, but he's really chipped up, and I really don't want to show him. No, I'm gonna have to get a replacement of him. Same with Bobby Swift and Brick Yardley. This guy's definitely seen better days. Metallic Dynaco Chick Hicks. Can't possibly need to get a replacement of him as well. Still looks really cool though. Metallic The King. His blue looks so amazing in metallic. And then here is metallic Dynaco Lightning McQueen. Unfortunately, I don't have the regular Dynaco McQueen. I only have the bling bling version, which I'll actually show a little later on. He actually has a little chip there that I tried to cover up a little bit as well. But other than that, he's in pretty decent shape. Here's definitely one of my favorites, even still to this day. Metallic Fabulous Lightning McQueen. For Doc Hudson. Hornet decals, Rusty's, number 95. Fabulous Lightning McQueen. Rusty's. 4 corners for the 95. Metallic Cruz Ramirez. Kind of basic, but obviously the metallic gold looks absolutely amazing on Cruz, as it always does. Here is metallic Jackson Storm. Really nice gunmetal color on him, but it's not really that different when compared to his regular version. Definitely like how the rookie stripes look, though. Nice gold color. And if this was like a lighter blue for the storm or hurricane symbol, that would just absolutely pop on Jackson. Here are the 2 Rusty's Wrap minis that I have. Here's Mater. Obviously these are based off of the Rusty's Racer design that McQueen had. This guy actually kind of appeared in Cars 3 in the ending credits, when he actually kind of had it on as Rusty's Racer, and the others were kind of sort of laughing at him, especially McQueen. Here is Red. I don't have the regular version of Red, so I'll actually compare this to the 155 scale version. Again, just simply for laughs and giggles. I did paint his mouth in a little bit, so you can see how he changed. And there is Red. And here's another one of my favorites. Rusty's Racing Center Lightning McQueen. Kind of fitting, since just last year I got this guy in the 155 scale line from Thailand. So you got Thailand versus Thailand right there. I will say I actually kind of like the 155 scale version a little more because he's a little shinier. Hey look, it's me. Face reveal. I can't, I bet that people still say face reveal on some of RC Cars 5's videos. And obviously he's, oh, nice going, dude. Dropping the mini. I bet he's still like, bro, I revealed my face already. though I kind of doubt it, to be honest, since he's really showing showing his face quite a bit on his channel. And obviously I did just recently paint the rims on add the yellow trim on this guy recently. Yeah, there is Rusty's Racer McQueen. Here is regular Jackson Storm. Oh, silly me, forgot to grab regular Jackson Storm. Kind of gut feeling I was forgetting someone. There we go. There's Jackson Storm. Think you'll ever release a regular Piston Cup champion Jackson Storm at some point, Mattel? It's been 6 years since Cars 3 came out, and you haven't done it yet. Us Cars fans would really want to get that version of Jackson soon. I mean, it's just a slight decal change. Just make the Piston Cup logo in yellow, and put the champion decal on the back. It's as simple as that. Is that too hard for you? Probably just hard for you to not add the Danico text to the back of the regular Danico McQueen. Here's regular Danny Suarez. I already saw him earlier when I showed the glow-in-the-dark version, but here's a more in-depth comparison. You see what I was talking about? He just has the regular sort of yellowish-orange decals for the 19 and the what would be the gold foil, but he doesn't have that. But the metallic version does. So basically the 155 scale version is kind of like a hybrid of these two minis. Yeah, I can also see how I painted the rims on him as well. When I put the 155 scale version away, I'll show you all three of the minis that I have of Danny. I am showing the version that has the window bars. It's from the 2019 5-pack that came with George Newman, the next-gen leakless racer. Yeah, again, here is the metallic version. You can see right there. Alright, sorry about that. My camera just completely bailed. Just completely stopped recording because I, for some reason, ran out of space for recording. But anyway, like I was about to do, show all three versions of Danny Suarez that I think Mattel has actually made for the mini line. And right here you can see I painted the rims on all three of them. Again, so they'll look more accurate to the movie. And of course, so they match the 155 scale version. So yeah, definitely really cool that I actually was able to get my hands on all three versions of Danny. Regular, glow-in-the-dark, and metallic. Here is RSN Chick Hicks. I call the Cars 3 version RSN Chick Hicks because he's a reporter for RSN. Unfortunately, I don't have this version of Chick, either with the headset or without the headset. I kind of want to get the one without the headset, as in the rubber tire version, but that's actually kind of rare. So I think that's gonna take a long while for me to ever do a direct comparison. But for now, I have this guy, and honestly, kind of happy with what I have. Actually, before I forget, gotta compare him to the silver version. Excuse me. Pretty nice. Really hope Mattel will do a Cars 1 Chick Kick soon, because then we can have the holy trinity of the Piston Cup three-way tie from the end of the first movie. Here is regular Natalie Certain, again, voiced by Kerry Washington, who was originally on from, I think, How to Get Away with Murder or Revenge. I know it was an ABC show that she was on previously before voicing Natalie. I think it was How to Get Away with Murder. Anyway, here's the comparison with the silver version. Rims are pretty much the same. I also want to get the 155 scale version of her soon, or at some point, I should say. Here is Cal Weathers. He seriously deserved better in Cars 3 than all the shit he got. Good comeback, Cal. Here's the metallic version. At least he got love in the diecast line, with all the different variations he got in the minis line, as well as in the main line. He got a regular release, he got a metallic release in the scavenger hunt line, and he also got an XRS Mud Racer release. Here is regular Dynamic Shit Kicks. I actually do have a couple of him. The first one I got was in a 2-pack or 3-pack with Metallic Derek McQueen and Metallic the King. And the other was with regular the King and Bling Bling McQueen. And actually, speaking of the metallic version, here it is. Oh, almost dropped him. Here's another one of my favorite minis. Here is the Bling Bling Lightning McQueen. And this will be the first comparison to the 155 scale version that I actually have done for a little while here. Actually, not for a little while. The last one I did was with Danny Suarez. And this is the version that I got in actually fall of 2017. Oddly enough, he does not have the number 95 on his headlight there. His fake headlight. And actually, the one commonality is that they're both looking to their left. Though this one's just more of kind of the basic McQueen expression. Like with the Radio Springs McQueen. While this one is definitely where he feels like he's the coolest guy on Earth in his daydream in the first movie. And he does have the Piston Cup rims. Though oddly enough, he actually has lighter tires, which isn't really accurate. Now obviously I did paint the Piston Cups on the rims. So they'll be more accurate to the movie. See, is it really that hard to do, Mattel? Is it really that hard to just simply make the Piston Cup on these rims in gold? You didn't do it for China. You also didn't do it from Thailand. Yet a small YouTuber with only like 1,520 subscribers, with a little bit of gold paint and a tiny little thumbtack, like this one, was able to do it on a $4 in diecast. Now Mattel, I love you. I always will love you for the Cars line, as well as obviously for Hot Wheels. But man, that is embarrassing, if I'm being honest. That is honestly embarrassing, Mattel. Anyway, here is the King, the regular version of the King. Absolutely love this guy. Before I bring up the 155 scale version, just show you a comparison with the metallic version and the silver version. Kind of weird that I actually got these guys in reverse. I got silver first, then I got metallic, and then finally got the regular version. I just find that really, really funny. Man, I keep dropping these guys. See, this is one of the reasons why I don't really want to do reviews with this fractured finger, because then I'll possibly make mistakes like that. I really don't want to end up having to do that. I'm only doing this one just simply because I thought it was easy enough. So yeah, there's the comparison with the other minis. And now for the 155 scale diecast. This is a Thailand-made King. This is actually my first variation of my first King diecast since 2007. So you're kind of getting a bit of a sneak peek at a review that I'll eventually do on this guy, the 155 scale version. So there is him. And here's probably one of the oldest mini racers in the line, which is the Cars 3 Remembrance Lightning McQueen, who has been the same since day one. Yep, the mini racers line has been around since the debut of Cars 3, which was on May 1st of 2017. Here's the 155 scale version. Even now, I'm still surprised that they got so many details on these minis. And here's another one of my favorites, Fabulous Lightning McQueen. And obviously this is the regular version. Finally got him when I got the 3-pack that came with that had Saludos Amigos Ramon as the first look. Because previously I only had this guy, the metallic version. Then when I get the 155 scale version of the metallic Fabulous McQueen. And same thing with the metallic Cruz Ramirez, because I can do a comparison with those two with the minis. So that would definitely be really cool. And then of course, here's the 155 scale diecast. Again, this is the made in China version. And again, I also did add the yellow trim on the rims recently, like Rusty's Racing Sarah McQueen. For Doc Hudson. Alright, so only 2 more minis left. First off is Dinoco Cruz Ramirez. Actually got 2 of her. One in the 3-pack that came with the Dinoco wraps for McQueen and Sally. And the other one in that fabulous Lightning McQueen, Dinoco Cruz, and Saludos Amigos Ramon 3-pack. And then here is the 155 scale version. And this is the version that has the metallic blue decals. I still really like this paint job for Cruz. My 2 favorite paint jobs for her are definitely this one and the next one I'll show, which is Rusty's Cruz Ramirez, the paint job that she had at the Florida 500, and of course did that flip over Jackson Storm like Doc Hudson did against Leroy Hemming in that flashback. And here's the 155 scale version of Rusty's Cruz. So crazy that this gal, along with Lightning McQueen, again be the only 2 Rusty's racers that we'll probably ever get, unless we possibly get the Rusty's racers that came before McQueen from seeing the Storyteller's book. Now, see, the last one is the regular Cruz Ramirez, which I already showed. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. Again, these are all of the mini races that I currently have. I do hope to get some more. I hope to get some of the on-road minis. I have to get some of the Cars 2 era minis. And then, of course, some more stuff from Cars 1 and Cars 3. And man, do I have a shit ton of diecast to reorganize. Just want to show you this. Oh my gosh. Yeah. That's what it oftentimes takes to do one of these Cars videos. So yeah, obviously social media links are in the description below. Drop a like if you enjoyed this. Obviously I couldn't do the thumbs up with this hand because, yeah. Wish me luck on this because it's honestly really annoying and I just honestly want to get it done over with, but unfortunately I think it's gonna take at least a month for this fracture to heal. But yeah, again, I don't know if I'm gonna be doing reviews for quite a while because of this. Again, I just wanted to get this because I thought, because again, it would be easy enough for me personally. But I will hopefully be doing at least more edits in music videos and whatnot on the channel. Actually, hang on, I'm gonna butt in here for a sec, because I actually just remembered that I forgot to do the little bit of footage of the glow-in-the-dark minis that actually still work. So I'm actually in a really dark room right now. I'm actually in the storage closet, and I'm actually just gonna use this little blue light and basically get these guys to glow. And yeah, I really want to get replacements of Remembrance McQueen and Jackson Storm, as they were also in the 3-packs with Cruz, Danny, and Tim. Jackson was in the 3-pack with Danny and Tim, and then McQueen was in the 3-pack with Luigi and Cruz. Yeah, you can actually kind of start to see these guys glow a little bit already. I seriously need to get my hands on that Unidentified Flying Mater 3-pack that has just a stupid reuse of Remembrance McQueen, but it also has the Flying Mater and Mator that actually glow in the dark. Get a good amount of these guys. Yeah, I want to get these guys' entire bodies really charged up. Right? Bam! Haha! Look at these guys! Actually get Cruz to glow. I'll actually get Cruz to glow a little more. There we go. Look at that. How freaking cool is that? Actually, yeah, get these sides to glow. And dude, why don't you just spread them apart a little more? Because then you can actually get a little bit of a better angle of these guys. Yeah. You can see a little bit in person. They're actually glowing a little bit better than they are on the camera, but man, the fact that these guys are still glowing after 5 years is absolutely amazing. Yeah, see, and definitely the one that's glowing the most is Danny here. Definitely makes me really curious as to how McQueen and Jackson along with Flying Mater and Mater will glow. Yeah, Cruz just out of glow in the tower. Not really that good, especially when compared to Danny and Tim here. Danny especially. So yeah, now anyways, back to the main part of the video. So yeah, at the very least, expect more of that. Like, I hope to do some more Teenage Robot music videos, like for Real Gone, I'm Just a Girl, and what was it? Some other songs I can't really remember, but yeah. And maybe I might also do some other Cars, or man, I'm just blanking right now, man. I mean, jeez. Well, I mean, it is 11 p.m. as I'm recording this. Yeah, it might just because I'm a little tired. But yeah, as usual, love all your forces to death, and of course, do not forget to keep it rigid. May the Force be with you. Ciao.